the marketing funnel. Now, when most people discuss or use marketing funnels, they usually make them too simple or too complex to be useful. Excuse me. The simple ones are just copied from marketing textbooks and do not say anything specific, precise, or useful. Seriously, if I am talking with an agency at my job and they start saying that my company needs MoFu content, I immediately know that they have no idea what they are talking about. I just hope that no one here is like that. At the other end of the spectrum, wannabe thought leaders create complicated, insane funnels, usually as a way to supposedly prove that the funnel is dead, even though that is certainly not true. It just shows that they do not know how to create a good, usable funnel. And only slightly better is a web traffic funnel. Over the past 20 years, everyone has increasingly been using something like this as the end-all, be-all of marketing. You simply have website visitors, signups, and paying customers. Marketing in this model is pushed only to get more and more clicks to a website and then increase the conversion rates between the next two steps. This seems very linear and logical to CEOs, CFOs, and investors. But there is just one problem. It's not how buyers actually behave in the real world. People who use only a web traffic funnel organize their work based on what looks good in a spreadsheet. Online analytics and web traffic funnels are reporting tools. They are not diagnostic tools. They are not purchase funnels that specifically diagnose the problem and tell you what specifically needs to be done. Now, I could spend this entire time on why web traffic funnels are flawed, but I will summarize here. First, the numbers in online analytics dashboards don't reflect reality at all. One ad impression is just one browser asking one ad server somewhere to load an ad. It actually has nothing to do with human eyeballs. And all of the numbers are completely wrong because of things ranging from bots to script blockers, to cookie blockers, to UTM strippers, and many more things. Second, attribution in general is useless because no one has ever bought anything after seeing one ad one time. Last touch attribution basically tells you how you got to the store, not why you wanted to buy in the first place. And you can never ever know the actual first touch. Digital platforms just tell you the first digital touch that it was possible for them to detect. Third, web traffic funnels ignore everything that happens before someone arrives at a website. So-called full-stack marketers work as though getting someone to click to a website is the top of the funnel and that nothing could possibly ever happen before that. Fourth, web traffic funnels can only attempt to show what people are doing, but not what they are thinking. Fifth, they treat all visitors as the same, even though they will be from many different market segments, and many will not be end users, but are coming for other reasons, meaning that they would never sign up or buy in the first place. Sixth, we now live in a so-called zero-click era where social networks and search results and more hide anything that contains links that people can click to go somewhere else. So it's harder and harder to click to get to a website from somewhere else. Seventh, analytics platforms largely ignore the effects of TV and online video completely. When people see something and remember something, but they cannot or do not click. Eighth, conversion rates in these dashboards are also often useless, especially for products with long sales cycles. This whole model assumes that if an ad does not get an immediate click, it is a failure. even though many people will not click on ads, but will remember the products later. We also assume that if someone arrives at a website but does not convert or buy immediately, then that is also a failure. But again, hardly anyone ever buys a product the first time they hear about it. People take their time to research and evaluate. I could go on. To use the ideas of brand and performance effectively, you first need to know how to create and use a good purchase funnel rather than a web traffic funnel. So, what is a purchase funnel? It is the overall purchase path for your specific category or industry or company. Each step is something specific and measurable that the people or companies think or do. Creating an actual purchase funnel rather than using only a web traffic funnel will give you more strategic insights, better tactical plans, and greater overall results in the context of both brand and performance. Why? Because web traffic funnels are about you and what your company wants in terms of more visitors, leads, and sales. Purchase funnels are all about the customers and where they are in their buying journeys. We always talk about being customer centric. Well, using a purchase funnel is how you focus on the buying journey of your customers and then adapt accordingly. So now, here are examples in 3 contexts. First, in its purest form, the purchase funnel for FMCG brands is the simplest and what most resembles Bennett and Field's overall idea. If somebody wants to buy chips or crisps, they will walk down the aisle in the supermarket and look at all the brands on the shelf for a second. They will choose one bag and leave. Usually they will choose the brand that has the most mental availability for them. In purchase funnel terms, you might have something like this. Then the number of consumers in total or in a targeted segment. Then the percentage who are aware that the brand exists. Then the percentage who prefer the brand and have the greatest mental availability. And then the percentage who buy at a desired rate. There will be a percentage figure for each step that will decrease as you go down the funnel. Each step's percentage is what percentage of the total market remains at each given step. But for all other types of companies that are not FMCG brands, the purchase funnel is a lot different and a lot more complicated. Here's an example from Mark Ritson, a medication to combat high blood pressure levels. You have the total likely number of people with high blood pressure at the very top. Then the percentage who have been diagnosed. Then the percentage who are seeking treatment from their doctor. Then the percentage who are getting a prescription for a type of drug in general. Your type of drug in general. Then the percentage who are getting your specific drug. And then the percentage who take that drug for the full needed length of time. Again, the percentage numbers will go down the funnel at each step. Now, most of my experience is in B2B software, so here's an example from there. You have the total number of companies in the target segment, the percentage who are currently in the market and looking for solutions like yours, the percentage whose buying committees have shortlisted your software, the percentage who are doing a demo of your software, and the percentage who are paying customers. Again, the percentage numbers will go down the funnel at each step. Note, on average, only 5% of all B2B companies are even in the market for a given type of product at any given time. That's towards the top of the funnel, and see the link at the bottom. Now, after you've created a purchase funnel customized for you and your company's purpose, it's time to go on to the next step. Here's how it plays out. 1 second. First, I like to talk to sales and talk to customers to get a good idea of the specific purchase funnel before doing any additional broad market research. That way, you know what questions to ask in your research in the context of your newly created funnel to begin with, particularly to get current top funnel metrics. Then, use Google, your research, or any other decent source to get a general number for your total market or segment at the top of your purchase funnel. Then use the research or your CRM in Salesforce, HubSpot, or whatever you use, and anything else to populate the numbers at each step of the funnel. At this point, you'll have a basic diagnosis of where you stand currently. Then you can use that information to decide on which part of your purchase funnel you want to focus your marketing efforts. This is part of strategy. Usually, you will want to focus on the part of the funnel that sees the biggest drop-off. This tells you where you are blocked in the market in actual human terms. It's far more useful than just saying, we need more website traffic or we need better conversion rates in a generic web traffic funnel. Take the medication funnel. Perhaps the biggest drop-off is between the total number of people who have high blood pressure and the number who have been diagnosed. Or the biggest drop-off might be doctors providing other general types of drugs other than the statins in which your general type sits. So your strategic objective might be to get more people diagnosed in the first place, or to get doctors to prescribe statins in general more than other types of drugs or something else. Take my B2B software funnel example. Maybe the biggest drop-off is in not making buying committee shortlists. Maybe it's end users doing demos but not signing up. Again, that will tell you the specific strategic objective that you most need to accomplish. And here's the key to remember. A purchase funnel is not about tactics and details. Different doctors or different software buyers might do different things within each step of the funnel in general. But in general terms, it's about the overall process that all go through. Pick the strategic objective first, and then think about tactics later. Because a doctor cannot prescribe your specific drug if they don't prescribe statins in general in the first place. A doctor cannot do anything if a patient is not seeking treatment in the first place. A patient cannot seek treatment if they are not diagnosed in the first place. Now, a software buyer will not buy unless they do a demo first. They will not do a demo unless that software is on the buying committee's shortlist first. A buying committee cannot shortlist you unless they have both first already heard of you and that they are actively in the market and looking for your type of software first. But again, your purchase funnel for your company is probably very different. Once you have one, the whole point here is to make a strategic choice on which step or steps are most important to address at this point in time. And then once you know which purchase funnel steps are the most important, then you can do the math to see how each step's metric needs to increase to reach the goal in sales or leads or customers at the bottom of the funnel. And then you can translate that strategy into a good actionable brief for your internal staff or external agencies. Let me explain. When I have been both in-house or at agencies, I have seen too many vague, terrible briefs. The stated goals are get more leads or make our brand more trusted or something like that. For the benefit of both your companies and your agencies, you need to do better. We need to stop giving vague, wishy-washy goals to our internal teams and external agencies. Perhaps the best benefit of having a good purchase funnel with numbers is that you can assign what are called SMART metrics to your internal teams or external agencies. Give them a specific, concrete target to hit. That is the best way for them to deliver what you need and to make you look good to your boss. SMART metrics are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, as you can see here, you might say increase the number of people diagnosed with existing high blood pressure by 10% by the end of 2026. Or increase the number of in-market companies that have shortlisted our software by 200 by the end of Q2. So create a purchase funnel for you, populate it with the current numbers, decide where in the funnel to focus, create a SMART metric for your funnel-based objective. Then have your internal teams or external agencies create a tactical Marcom plan to achieve that objective.